All right, so balance. Balance is a big issue. Baseball, throwing sports, softball, track, a lot of one-sided activities in those sports. And so what's the question is it better to be stronger on one side, or do you want to try to keep things symmetrical? Where do we want to start, Justin?
I think for me, I know in my own experience personally, I am considerably stronger and out of balance on my whole right side. Even from playing 3 sports growing up, soccer, hockey, baseball, my right leg is like an inch and a half bigger than my left. My right arm, same thing, my lats. So I am out of balance, but I think some of it is attributed to why I was good at pitching, where my right shoulder is so much more mobile than my left. So I think there's good things to being unbalanced, but I think at a certain point you will get hurt from it. So there is that importance of training to be symmetrical, even if it's just you're a little bit off. I think that just kind of happens naturally for those, baseball players, for example.
Yeah, and I think you have to think in 2 different planes. I mean, you have to build up strength in baseball or softball or whatever to be able to throw hard and get better, but you also have to be able to live your life. And I think sometimes if you have a lot of asymmetry that is to an extreme, you actually put yourself at a higher risk for some of those injuries that you might not want just in day-to-day life. And one of the things that we talk about a lot is balance. Pitchers, you're spending a lot of time generating force and standing on one leg, that can definitely, if you're not looking for it, change the way that your body is working from a balance standpoint.
Yeah, I'd love to hear more on that, because I feel like with me, being told I had pretty good mechanics growing up, and I had a lower back strain a couple years ago, just kind of like strange things that I wouldn't have expected happening to me working out, 6 days a week or being really active, that I had some like nagging little injuries here and there, but maybe they related a little bit to, imbalances and things. But all in all, I think everybody can benefit from just general easy day-to-day exercises can keep you in alignment, I guess. I don't know if that's the correct term. You got the doctor in front of your name, so I'll let you carry on that one.
Well, so I think a really important component of this is proprioception. So proprioception is your body's ability to know where its joints are in space. So like if I close my eyes, I can still touch my nose with my finger, So basically every joint from a stability standpoint has proprioceptors in them that determine, okay, when I step down, I'm supposed to do this. Okay. So I start almost every patient, I look at balance. I mean, and there's different components to it, arch height and stuff like that. But a really simple thing that you can do is just look at, can you stand on one leg? How do you do standing on one leg? Okay. Most people will have one side that's harder for them. If you can't figure that out, by yourself or with just on the floor, add a little bit of difficulty to it. Put them on something that's a little less stable, and you'll see that kind of instability while they're trying to stand. See, I definitely feel my left side is not as stable as my right side was. You see that?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
As you, like somebody who's injured, you want to start them off with the basics, standing just on their leg with no extra added difficulty. Somebody who's strong, sometimes you have to get to the added difficulty before you can see the failure happen.
Yeah, because I feel like you could hide your deficiencies sometimes.
So,
would you say that the Bosu ball is more difficult than the RX pad?
Oh yeah, but by far. But what it comes down to is not, so somebody who's injured is not going to gain as much from trying to jump onto a Bosu ball as somebody who is healthy. Whereas if somebody's healthy and strong and they can stay on the Bosu ball for a period of time and they're not hurting themselves, they're going to get a lot out of that if they can determine which side is the weak side.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, like you said, people could compensate and not show their weaknesses on just like flat ground.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes things may get missed, or, if immediate problems don't show up, in a pitcher's shoulder or hip or knee, think, okay, he's good. Move on.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's how I do it. I do a little bit of digging and I try to figure out, okay, where is this person's where does their weakness show up? So.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of it can be addressed. I know in pitching mechanics, a lot of the breakdowns happen early in the delivery. It's not that this kid is not able to follow through and finish hard. He can't follow through and finish hard because his back, knee, and hip collapsed 10 minutes ago when I mean, like 10
Yeah.
frames ago when he was all the way at the beginning of his delivery. So sometimes things can get missed, or if guys still throw hard, then people would think, oh, you're good. But
Yeah.
there are definitely those underlying things that, people sometimes overlook.
So we've hit our 5 minutes, but yeah, start with balance. It's really important.
I agree.